Why hello there, Nice Tale here. I hope this video finds you well. Today I'm bringing you a summary of my Koenig Arius. I've done a full review on this, and it will be linked in the description down below if you want to see full specs and more in-depth, but this is just a quick summary, so we're just going to get right into it. 3.5 inches of blade. 8 and 5/8, a little over 8.5 basically. Overall, this is a USA made. I think they're considered semi-customs. They're made in Idaho, I believe it is, by Koenig's team, Bill Koenig, who designed this knife originally. And just starting off, if all you want to see and hear about how is the knife is amazing. The knife is freaking perfect. It is one of the most perfect knives in my collection, and honestly, it's fantastic. Everything about it is just absolutely fantastic. What do you have? You have a drop point blade. This one is in, I believe, M390. It doesn't say it anywhere, I don't think. Oh, it does. There it is. M390 right there. You've got a two-tone finish on this thing. You've got sort of a hand satin, but like a pretty fine one. It's quite nice. And this sort of blasted-like finish. It's a hollow ground blade that is very, very thin behind the edge, in fact. Decently, reasonably robust enough blade stock. You can get to the tip despite having all this belly up front, which is like just part of the good design. The plunge grind is amazing. On this one, this is the flipper delete one, so you have a full, quite usable, very comfortable forward finger choil on this knife. There is a flipper variant that I would like to check out at some point, and there's also a mini variant which I would like to check out at some point because, again, this is fantastic. I would love to just have more of these because they delight me. I mean, you can you can see the action. It's pretty crazy. There's a fuller and opening hole aperture that acts as your method for operation for this one, as the flipper has been removed. The flipper would pretty much, I think the flipper would make that forward choil too small to use, so in fact I think it's slightly structured differently on those, but not the case here. It is a full titanium frame lock running on bearings, if you couldn't tell. I mean, the action is just so perfectly smooth and drop shot, but just it's beautiful. This one is the pattern textured one, and I have to say I really like the texturing. It's nice, fine, but it's there, and you can kind of feel where it changes directions, and yeah, I'd definitely go for one of the patterned ones. And well, now they're doing inlaid ones, which is pretty cool. Yeah, they're just getting better. They're getting better. It's that simple. There's even a, I think, USA made blade exclusive one. I think those are the only ones you can get with the DLC finish on them, if you like the blackout look. Contoured scales, lightly contoured, but they are contoured titanium coming out of the US, which is pretty darn freaking impressive, honestly. Tons of milling. Weight reduction on this thing is great. In fact, weight balance on this thing is... Where is the weight balance on this? Right about where you'd want to... Come on. Yeah. Right about where your standard grip is, so that's fine. Everything is beautifully and nicely softened and knocked down. I mean, this edge, despite this edge being like a 90-degree edge, it's just softened so nicely that it feels good in the hand. I've been noticing a lot of lock bar cutouts not being treated well lately. And this one, somehow, despite still leaving basically that 90-degree edge, without like any discernible chamfer, it's just been softened, just the tiniest touch. It's the touches, it's the small stuff here. You have a titanium backspacer with actually the milling lines in the titanium backspacer. I don't know if you're going to pick that up. There they are. You can kind of see them. It's cool. It's also slightly more polished along with the hardware. The hardware is typically the only way you can get different colors on this. The hardware can be like bronze or blue or this standard. I don't care. Any one of them's good. I like all the colors. There is a big, large back lanyard post. Fine. Or not post, lanyard hole, I guess. There is some texturing on the lock bar. The only thing that I wish was maybe just a tiny bit of, like, angled chamfer. Like, you see how you have an angled chamfer here? Maybe just an angled chamfer right on the edge of the lock bar. Not that it needs it. It sits proud. It's got some jimping. You have no problem, and it is not uncomfortable at all to disengage. There's a lock bar insert. Amazing lockup. Perfectly centered. No play. Drop shut. I mean, I tuned this thing slightly when I got it. It didn't even need it. This is the Gen 4 Batch 9. I think this was back in 2022 when I got this thing. I still have the certificate of authenticity in the other room. In fact, I'm positive it's the 2022 June batch. I think I got it for my birthday. My birthday's at the end of June, so I treated myself to something. Or I should say I got it shortly after my birthday. Yeah, this is amazing. You don't have a deep carry clip. True, I suppose that's an argument. It only goes up to there. But you got good flex, good retention, and if you notice, this is a really nice little touch. I don't know if it really does much. I mean, it kind of feels like it does. But on the back, there it is. The very back edge of that pocket clip is hit with this very fine micro milling. And it's just barely enough you can feel it. It might actually provide a little bit more grip in and out of the pocket. Not that it really needs it. I mean, you can just grab it like this and you'll be fine getting it in and out. But it's got this fine tactility to it. It's just an interesting little addition because it's not on the rest of the clip. You can actually see where the line divides right there. Don't know why. Detent is money, strong, on the stronger side. It's actually broken in beautifully. It's slightly lighter than it was when I got it. It was quite strong when I got it, and I still loved it then. Yeah, this is an amazing USA-made knife. However, it is well beyond expensive, right? This is a, what are these going for? $850 now, I think, base? Which, compared to the competition in that territory, which there is some, and it's typically all pretty good, this is probably one of the best that you're going to get in that territory. Just fit and finish, quality, execution, everything hit across the board. This is probably the one that says, yeah, I justify my price point among the better of that tier. Other than maybe like some of the like the Hawk Talon that just recently came out. There are things about that knife I don't like. I like this knife more, but with the toggle D10 and some of the little features that you're getting beyond just, titanium frame lock, you could say that one justifies its price point being right around the same price at $900. But yeah, this is fantastic. And one thing I just want to say, the ergos are amazing as well. You just sort of palm this slightly rounded area back here, and it's just so comfortable. Blade can't slightly forward. It just works. It just works. Like, I could see why you don't even need the flipper delete, because this is just comfortable here. You're far away from the edge, but yeah, just anywhere you go on this thing, it's pretty comfortable. So, needless to say, I think I've made my point that I quite like my Koenig Arius. Does it come a little off-center? No, that's the light playing with it. Yeah, it's certainly not something most people would even consider, and I don't fault them for it. you really have to be into knives at this point to to even start considering at this tier, and it's gonna sting. Don't get into knives. Don't. Yes, there was a smart person that said don't get into watches. Yeah. He forgot to say don't get into knives or anything else unless you're rich nowadays. Just don't do it. Oh, you enjoy this? Well, too bad. Stay away from it. It's all too expensive now. And there's apparently not enough money to go around for everybody. I don't know. But this is beautiful. I'm extremely glad to have it. It's just, it gives me some pride of ownership, and that's all. I'll see you in the next one.